I feel that is why I like to call myself as a content creator. I am my photographer, my writer, everything, it's me.
And when you post these dishes, what kind of responses do you get?
First step is to start. Anything homemade I feel is healthy.
The power the food influencers have in what people eat is really big.
I never feared of posting.
Welcome to Look and Cook Studios. Today we have Chandini, who's a content creator who creates vegetarian recipe videos and also does restaurant reviews. Welcome, Chandini. So you said you're a content creator.
Yeah.
And how do you see as the difference between influencer and content creator?
I feel a content creator because I create my own content. I don't have someone helping me to do that, someone with a camera or doing that. I do it myself. Yes.
Do you feel like you influence people with your content?
Yes, of course I do. I get many responses saying that they like my work, they use my recipes, or they even visit restaurants that I have recommended. So yes, I do influence them somewhere.
Okay.
So I very proudly say that I create my own content. I edit it. I put my voiceovers. It's all done by me. So
Okay.
I feel that is why I like to call myself as a content creator.
So influencers also create their own content.
Yes,
right?
but they do have camera people with them. They
For
do
the bigger
have,
ones.
yeah. So they have a backup team.
That's the differentiation between
That's
a.
according to me, yes.
Okay. So when I see your feed on Instagram, I see that you do a lot of cooking videos as well. So how do you decide what dish to cook and post?
That is completely on the day and the mood.
Okay.
I take inspiration from dishes from learned from my mom or from my mother-in-law. I like to create simple dishes rather than complex and something. My basic concept is to create simple dishes which people can connect to and can create it themselves. So yeah, that's how I do. Today if I wish, I have been thinking to make dahi tikari for my lunch. So I will want to share it with my followers.
Basically, you're sharing your day-to-day cooking
Yes.
with your audience. So that way you
Absolutely.
also experiment and make new dishes at home
Yes.
on a
Yes.
regular. Okay. And do you post on other channels or is it just Instagram?
No. I have YouTube as well. Started TikTok recently, but I enjoy Instagram and YouTube more.
And when you post these dishes, what kind of responses do you get?
Oh, I get questions like, what brand thing did you use? What cream brand did you use? Or they have questions like, when do we add the tomatoes? Or basic questions of how and when to put the thing, or if they're confused, if it does not come out, or some alternate substitute for any ingredient.
Okay.
So yeah, I do have people showing into that. That encourages me. I know they're trying. I know that they are making it.
Correct.
So yeah.
So when you're shooting, do you use a phone or a camera?
Yeah. No, I use my phone.
Okay.
I keep upgrading my phones.
With any
new
artificial
version.
light or daylight?
Yes. I have artificial light,
Okay.
but I do prefer shooting in mornings with my daylight. That gives a nice effect. Because that's how I started, and I'm very comfortable with the daylight. How did I learn to shoot? Is all self-learn YouTube videos. It was
Trial and error.
interesting. Yeah. Trial and error. If you see my videos earlier, you'll be like, wow. I learned with going ahead with posting. I never feared of posting, even if the videos were not very bright or very thing. I posted, and thanks to my followers, they supported. They did respond, which encouraged me to learn more. So yeah.
So what you're saying is if somebody wants to be an influencer today, they just need to get started with whatever they have,
Absolutely.
create it and post it however it looks, because from that you learn step by step and then you grow from there.
Absolutely. The first step is to start.
Correct.
You can't just keep thinking about it. I did think for a long time that I want to do something, but it changed when I started posting. You
Yes.
should start posting and get out there, to understand what mistakes you make, learn from your mistakes, and that's how you will, increase your interest in it and improve.
Correct. So when we post today on Instagram or YouTube, the styles and all of that is changing constantly, right? So how do you keep up with the new trends and the new music and the new editing style?
Yeah, that's because I'm so much into it now, and I see other people doing their work, So that's how I try to see what I'm supposed to take from there, take from videos that are there on Instagram, on YouTube. YouTube audience wants something different. They want complete voiceovers, whereas Instagram, they want some music. So that's how I'm supposed to be changing.
Correct.
And like I said, followers help you. They suggest, they will come. Absolutely.
So how much time do you spend on all of this? Because it seems like it's time consuming, isn't it?
Yes, it is. But this is what I chose as a profession, as work. So
Okay.
I have to give a lot of time to it.
That's a good way of looking at it, right? That's not like time wasted, but that's my job, and therefore it's time I spend on learning that.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's how, when I started, that was the first thing, that this is what is, I'm going to continue as a profession for the rest of my life. So that is the inspiration of learning. That's when I wanted to learn more about editing, recording, where to place my camera, which corner can I select in my house to record. So yeah, because this is what I'm going to do for rest of my life.
When you create recipes, it's more like you're creating a dish, more like a nurture kind of framework, right? But when you go to a restaurant, you're talking about the experience that people have.
For me, both, I enjoy doing both equally. Um, because, when I go out to a restaurant to review, I am taking an experience of that dish. That is something that I'm learning from it. It is not that I'm just going there and recording and coming back, the flavors. I am taking completely a new dish with me. For example, I went to review a Goan restaurant. Now, for me, being a Gujarati, Goan food is completely different. But I learned a lot from there. The flavors they put, I ask them the recipe if I like something. And then I come back home to create that for myself as well. So then I can share it with my followers. So it's a beautiful experience to go out and review as well, and share it with the people to come and try this. So
Correct.
there is no time waste. I learn from every experience that comes by my way. Yeah.
If you look at it from a business point of view, right? Which one is a better proposition? Making a dish and putting it out, or doing restaurant reviews in
See,
terms of
me
earning?
as in earning is secondary. For me, what my followers like is what I want to present there. And I think they prefer me cooking more and even sharing restaurant reviews because uh, they like the dishes that I share with them, the experience that I share with them. So I think both experiences are good, and I would like to continue doing both.
So to get the balance of cooking and getting
Yes,
flavors from the restaurants that you bring
absolutely.
back to your home to cook the dish.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So when I started creating food content, right, tasty food and all of that was like really popular. But all of that content had a lot of sugar, cheese, things that were not healthy. And from that, I got that the power the food influencers have in what people eat is really big, right? So, how do you see yourself as a food influencer on what people eat?
When I started creating content, my basic concept that I started with was home cooking. Simple food, make it at home, quick. You know why? Because today's life culture is like grab a quick bite and continue your work. So that is very unhealthy. That's why my whole concept was to show easy recipes where people can just make something, carry with them, with something healthy. They make it at home. Anything homemade I feel is healthy. So
Correct.
that's why if you see my recipes, they are quick bites. They are more like easy to make, easy to create. So yeah, I would suggest instead of grabbing a bite from outside, from a freezer or from any restaurant, a quick bite, just make something at home, carry it with you, and your day is sorted.
Yeah, so I also see that the importance of cooking, right?
Yeah,
Knowing
yeah,
what you put, the
absolutely,
ingredients, the oil, all of that is so important. And I have so many examples of
absolutely,
people whose health has changed because of the food that they eat, right? So
absolutely.
it's really critical, I see. If so, as a influencer, if you had to change the food influencer business, what is that one thing that you would want to change?
See, I see many people on platforms like YouTube and all, they're just posting for views. They post anything just for views. I would just not want people to do that. Just to create anything out of food. Don't play with food. Don't waste food while creating content. I will strictly, want people to stop doing that, because don't do that. So I think this new generation, the youngsters, they think this is easy money. If they do all these things, they are going to get views and then they can earn money. This is wrong. It's completely wrong. Make pure content, good content. No, I don't want to see that food is being wasted just to create a video. I would love to change that mindset of people who are creating such videos.
I've not seen this kind of
Oh, you
content,
haven't?
but I
You
must.
haven't seen Oreo bhajias and all of that. They make anything Fanta Maggie. That's
Oh, really?
such a waste of food. Yeah, 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 yeah. They create any kind of
Oh, so senseless food
senseless.
just for the sake of getting
Yeah,
like a shock
views.
value
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that people will watch it,
absolutely.
irrespective of like whether it's consumable or not.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there are dozens of videos.
So basically, they are just putting out content for the sake of content, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's
Because
got.
YouTube reads, it's like the more views, the more followers, they earn money. So it's easy money for them. And I think they should stop that.
And do they call themselves food influencers?
I
That's
hope not.
because
I
that's
don't.
where the challenge is, right?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
people eat is influenced by them, so they
absolutely.
really need to take that job really seriously.
Absolutely. They should stop doing that.
If someone wanted to be a food influencer today,
Mm-hmm.
what is the one advice that you would give them?
First thing, interest.
Okay,
Food
louder.
should, yeah, food should be the interest. You can't just be like, I'm cooking at home and I can start making a reel. You need to learn every recipe you put. You need to learn about it. You need to try it. It's, the measurements that you're giving out should be perfect. So, yes, first is like the interest that you have, build that, and then just start. Give it a shot. Start making videos with whatever phone you have in your hand and give it a try. Learn more about it. If you are more interested, if this is where it's taking you, then learn about it more. Go on YouTube. There are so many tutorials, videos. They'll teach you how to edit, how to record, how to shoot. And then just give it a shot.
When after COVID, the number of food influencers has
Yes,
shot up
I'm.
considerably,
Yeah,
right?
I started myself during COVID,
Okay.
because sitting at home, I used to create so many dishes for my little girl. She was my inspiration, I think. She loves colorful food. She eats everything, like whether it's vegetables or whether it's delicious treats. So she likes to eat home cooked food. So I think she was the inspiration. That's when I started the journey. Then I had friends telling me about it, that why don't you start doing it? I did start posting photographs
Okay.
uh, in around 2018. Started putting pictures of my baking items and everything, when I was in Oman. Then I did not take it much seriously. But during COVID, I had lots of time in my hand. So when I learned, I understood how to do it. And I started my journey during COVID. And COVID, I think, has taught the importance of food. Don't you think so? Home cooked food.
Yes. And how food impacts health.
Absolutely.
though everybody knew it, nobody paid attention to it. But after COVID, food and content and all of that has just
Yeah.
taken a different turn and gone out of the roof.
Absolutely. I mean, we can talk about a simple khichdi, which was, if you make it at home, it was always like, it's like, nahin, I don't want to have khichdi. Why are you making khichdi? But today, khichdi has so much of importance. It's got so many versions. People
Like
want
the
to eat.
idli.
Yeah, like the idli. Yeah, like idli.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's how I feel it's changed.
Correct.
The lookout. People want to eat healthy and want to try that the healthy food can be also tasty. You can make tasty healthy food. So yeah, that's
So, in terms of cooking, when you put out recipes, I've heard that some chefs don't give the full recipe so that it can increase the interaction on the comments, asking questions, right? How do you view this?
no. I will not. I will disagree to doing that. If you're putting out something over there, give people complete knowledge of what is it. If you see some of my recipes, I will even add tips. Why? That is very important because when that person is making it, they want everything completely on their video to be shown. There are the amount of ingredients like 1 cup, 2 cup. They want all the details there. There is no point if they don't have the details. So the main motive is that you are helping them, not for yourself, but for them also. Correct?
Correct.
It's me making money is should be secondary.
Yes.
My main motive, I should never forget what I started for.
Content is like to give them value so that they get something out of it.
Absolutely.
Not to hold back and then have this second agenda in the process of
Absolutely.
getting comments, etc., to grow your influence.
Correct.
That's not influencing.
Correct. That's not influencing. That's you being selfish. You doing it for yourself, not for people over there.
So, among all the dishes that you've made, surely one has become like a big mess,
A
right?
big mess.
Which one would that be?
A big mess.
Mess where nobody could eat it.
Oh, no, I really don't remember.
Oh, that's good.
Making something. Oh no, yes. Okay, now that has come. Okay, I got married. It was just few days of my marriage, and I was supposed to be making a dish for my family, and it is a sweet dish called monthal. It's a very famous Gujarati sweet dish. Right, I get into the kitchen, I start cooking it. I made it. It came out, but when we started to eat, it was like a biscuit. Nobody could eat it. It was that hard, even harder than biscuit. I don't know what made it that hard. But yes, this is something that I can never forget. One dish that I messed up that was just few days after my marriage in my new home.
So, do you make it again and learn it?
Yes, of course, of course. Actually, I know how to make it, but I don't know why it just
Came out like that.
Yeah, it turned out to be biscuit.
So, as you started your page during COVID, which is quite recent, you've grown considerably, right? What effort did you take to grow your page?
Firstly, putting regular videos. People like to have videos on time. Like I have a fixed time to post my videos. It's 5 o'clock, and it's from Monday to Friday.
So, every day?
Every day, 5 o'clock, from Monday to Friday. So now they know that my videos are going to be posted at 5 from this day to this day. I take a break on Saturday, Sundays. So that is very important to have a time and to be consistent, to stick to that.
Okay.
So that helped me a lot, a lot.
So, that's one thing for me to take away and learn. To be consistent and not get lost in the work that I have and not post on time.
Yes.
Okay.
That will make a lot of difference.
Now, I also see that influencers in India versus UAE have a different follower count. Anything to add in that regard?
Yeah, no, I mean, here the reach to people, it's difficult Whereas in India, I feel there are more people viewing your profile because the language,
Population.
the population, there are many factors that affect. They connect more if, like, I even started a page in Hindi to connect with people back home there. And I see the difference, In no time, I have views. So that makes a lot of difference. When you connect to people with their own language, they they tend to come back to your page to come and see, the comfort level to create for them. So that yeah, that must
Makes
be
all the
the
difference.